Hey everyone, what is going on? My name's Live, and in today's video, we're going to be covering the brand new post in the Steam thread by Goris from the Overkill team. Yep, you heard me right, he's finally posted something in the Steam thread weeks after the most recent update for Xbox One and PS4. He's explained why he's been quiet for a little bit, and then gone into some more details that have given us some very interesting information as to what the next update will include. Actually, some serious confirmation, as well as some information as to things that might not be coming as well. It doesn't cover everything, but it does cover a few key things that a number of us have wanted to see for a long time. Now, very quickly, just before I get into this, I want to clarify something I said on my live stream last night. I was going to make today's video be footage from the live stream where we made a bit of a joke memey car build. Mainly the reason for that was because there wasn't anything to do a video on, but now, as you can see, there is something to discuss. So as a result, that video will still be happening. It'll just probably be next week. I've also got Stream Highlights Volume 1 in the works. We'll get that out as soon as possible, hopefully next week as well, but we'll just see. But I figured since this had just been posted, it was better to make this week's video. And again, there's no news on Nintendo Switch. I apologize for you guys, but the video that I did is still as much information as I know. There hasn't been anything new as far as I'm aware of. So if I hear anything else, I'll make a new video, but right now it's still only PS4 and Xbox One. So apologies for those of you on the Switch who are still waiting for something to hear, because unfortunately there isn't anything just yet. And also, very quickly, I'd just like to announce I'm going to be doing another Q&A very soon for 4,000 subscribers. We're roughly 200 off as I'm making this video, so I want to get it so there's enough time for people to send in questions. So even if you've sent a ton in the past, even if you've asked stuff on streams, doesn't matter whatsoever, send me any questions you have down in the comment section on this video, message me on Xbox, send them on Twitter. Make sure it's clear that for the Q&A rather than just asking generally, because I may just reply to them there and not use them in the Q&A video. So make sure you're clear and just say it's for the Q&A or something. But if you do have a question, then get sending them, and basically as soon as we hit 4,000 subscribers, I'll count up the questions, make the video, and get it out soon afterwards. So wanted to put that out there so you all knew. But anyway, let's get into the video. So as always, we're going to kick this off by reading Goris' post, and then we'll get into a little bit more detail after that. Now, his post begins with, "Hi Heisters, after a short holiday break, we are back and we have an update for you. As mentioned before, we had to split the last update into two parts, after seeing how one section of the update was causing more delays, while another part was ready to release. Now we are getting closer to finishing the first iteration of the unfinished section, and although it is subject to change after we start testing, we want to share bits of what we have been working on. Even though the new safe house is still not coming anytime soon, the features that are tied to it have been requested by many heisters. For that reason, we have been working on adjusting the systems to make crime spree, team AI management, storyline, continental coins, and some minor features usable while ignoring the new safe house for now. All those features will add to replayability, and we hope we can release all of them in one go without any delays and as complete as possible. Other than that, we will start looking into the issues introduced in the last update that affect some players, and we apologise for the trouble. Cliche, I know, but we mean it. As always, thank you for your feedback, and we will update you when there is something more worth sharing. See you in CrimeNet." So let's start breaking this down, and we know now as a result that Crime Spree, Team AI, Storyline, and Continental Coins are all going to be in the next update. Very much goes along with what I said in my prediction a couple of weeks ago, so I'm really glad to see that that's actually taking foot, and that's actually going to be something we can look forward to going forward. Provided there's no testing issues. I mean, there have been some testing issues in the past with other things, so provided there's nothing monumental that causes an issue, hopefully we'll see all four of them in the next update, alongside whatever other DLC they're planning on working on. I mean, I've got my predictions. If you haven't seen the video I did discussing that, there'll be a link in the description, and there'll also be a little thing you can click on in the top right corner of the video. But in that, I just basically covered that there was going to be pretty much all of, right up to the most recent DLC for Payday 2, I figured would be in the next update, apart from 2018 stuff, because that's a bit of a grey area. But all this stuff is really good things to see. Storyline is one I didn't actually expect. I mean, as Goris said, these are all tied very much to the safe house, and these are all features that will depend off things that were added with the safe house, and mainly that being Continental Coins, because you need those for the safe house upgrades, and then as a result you can buy attachments with them, you can use them for Team AI, and you use them very much to operate Crime Spree as a whole. So the fact that they're actually trying to put coins into the game, rather than find some kind of cash incentive instead to work it with, is much better. They could have done it with offshore cash, or with instant cash, and tried to work Crime Spree like that, but I really didn't think that would be a good idea. It just would have felt a bit too distant from the PC version to actually update the game, but in a wholly different way to PC. So to see that they're working on coins and they're hoping to get those over, that is really important, really key, and I'm glad to see that they have addressed that. But the other two things, Crime Spree and Team AI, are things that we've wanted for a very long time, things that I hoped will be in the last update, but I know for sure we're going to be in this update. It just made sense, because if they didn't put it in, then Overkill really would be disappointing a lot of people, and I don't really know how much more tolerable people can be at this point. I'm just hoping for a big update, and with this confirmed, it means we've got some very big things to look forward to. But of course, all those things being confirmed, we do need to just discuss the safe house for a second. Again, Goris has said here that it is still not coming anytime soon. Now, the video I made on the safe house being delayed, I'm pretty sure was back in around April time. It was a good 3 or 4 months ago when Goris confirmed that it wasn't coming anytime soon, alongside safes and skins. Now, safes and skins haven't been mentioned at all here, and I feel like if they were going to be mentioned, he would have quoted them by name. I don't think that lumps into the whole minor features bit. We'll discuss that in a second, but I feel as though safes and skins are not being mentioned for a reason. I think they're considering dumping safes and skins. I don't think they're going to port it over, which goes back to my prediction I made last year that I said I didn't think the update would be ported over, and I was surprised when Goris mentioned it a few months ago that they were even thinking about putting that update in, because I just don't see it. I'd like to see it happen, but I'm really not too sure, and the fact that they said nothing to do with that does give me a bit more information that potentially there could be an issue there. But of course, until Goris says anything, we can't make any accurate predictions, so we just got to kind of sit and wait on that one and just see if anything happens anytime soon. But as to the safe house, we now know it's still not coming in any future updates anytime soon. Now, obviously the next big update is not going to be coming just yet. There's going to be probably another few months wait until we see it. My hope is that we'll see it inside of 2018 before we move into 2019. I mean, that seems reasonable to me. We've got just under 5 months for them to port that out onto consoles to get it out in time. And hopefully that should be, you know, a reasonable goal for Overkill to stick to. So it means that potentially it's either going to be the next update after that or the one after that again, where we see the safe house. Now, obviously those updates will be in 2019. So at this point, the safe house is not going to be coming until next year. I can say that with almost complete assurance that you're just not going to see that. And honestly, I used to be really concerned about the safe house. I used to sit here and think, well, you know, the safe house is a big part of Payday 2. It's something that a lot of us want to be able to go around and explore, but having seen a lot of your comments talking about why you're not so keen on it, and having thought about it more myself, I don't think it's that bad. I don't think losing the safe house is honestly that much of a downside. I mean, it is really nice to go around the safe house with your friends, but beyond that, what are you going to do? Just upgrade a few rooms, and then that's about it. I mean, the old safe house isn't exactly remarkable, but there's like a weapon range in there. You can look at some of your masks and your cash in there. Not to as much of an extent, granted, I do get that, but you go in there once, have a look around, and then you only really go in there when you literally have nothing else to do. And even then, you probably just turn your console off and go outside and get some fresh air. So, I mean, really, there isn't a lot to offer in the safe house. So the fact that they haven't ported it over just yet and aren't going to do it anytime soon, it's no great loss, it's no great shakes. There aren't many people that are really looking for it. So I'm not too concerned about that, and I'm glad that it is the safe house that's being pushed back rather than anything else. Crime Spree and Team AI are two things that will give us a lot of replayability, add a new depth, a new level of customization, a new level of gameplay to the game that we haven't had in years, so it'll be really nice to see those. The safe house, it's pretty much just a glorified trinket. It's nice to have, but not getting it will not cause us any harm. And then storyline is something I really didn't see. I said this earlier, I honestly just didn't imagine this would be a feature that'd be ported over. I mean, all it is really is just ordering all the heists into chronological order, which actually, when you think about it, is quite interesting. It doesn't really offer you a great deal for doing so. There's not really much to offer for it, but it's just really interesting for someone who just wants to go through the chronology of Payday 2 and just say, okay, what order did the heist actually happen in, sit through them, play through them, and just get more of an experience and more of an idea of the chronology. It's really good and really handy for that, but for rewards, I don't think there's much on offer there, so it's just something to do when you haven't got an idea of what to play. And I've said in the past, for someone who's played as many heists as I have, you're always looking for things to do, and you're always looking for things to bring you back into the game. So while it's not major, having the heists thrown at me rather than me having to go out and pick them, I find is a lot easier and a lot more refreshing, which is why more recently I've just been joining random heists. If you guys play Payday and you're not too sure what to do, just start using the join any heist feature on Xbox One. On PS4, just pick random lobbies, but on Xbox One, you guys know the matchmaking is not quite the same. Just join some random heists. That's a little tip from me, because I really enjoy doing that. It actually adds a bit more depth to it. And yeah, everything's either on normal or hard or overkill or something, but it's a good fun, and it takes the choice out of your hands, and you end up throwing yourselves into a lot more situations that you wouldn't have picked yourself. So the point I'm trying to make there, as roundabout as it seems, is that with storyline, it's throwing the heists at you. You don't pick them. They go, right, you're doing this. And it's like, okay, well, I'm being told to do it, so let's go in and have a good time, rather than sitting there on CrimeNet thinking for like 20 minutes, like, well, I've done all these heists before, what am I supposed to do? So what I'm trying to say is, you know, it's a new way of playing the game, but that is seen even further in Crime Spree, because with Crime Spree, at any one time, you just get given 3 heists. It's like, you have to do one of these to advance your Crime Spree rank, and again, adds the depth, adds the replayability, adds the gameplay, and all that stuff, and it'd be really nice to see in the game. So, you know, it's going to be really nice. It'll be something that adds a lot more depth to Payday 2, and it'll be good to see it ported over. So all of these things in one, these 4 key items, are actually really interesting to see that have been confirmed. I wanted to see Crime Spree and Team AI. I wasn't sure about Continental Coins, and storyline is a nice surprise. Again, not major, but it is a nice surprise. So, as I said, Safe House, I think 2019. Safes and skins, I just wouldn't get your hopes up. I honestly, genuinely don't think it's worth getting excited for them. Even when Goris mentioned them a few months ago, I even said back then I was dead surprised. And in my head, when I was making the video, I sat there and thought, are they really going to port these over? Are they really going to manage it? So, It's not like a case of I told you so, because we really don't know up to now. And even if we did know, I wouldn't be like I told you so, because I hope they get ported over. It'd be something that a lot of people are looking forward to. And again, it's another bit of depth in gameplay. So maybe we'll see it, maybe we won't. But unfortunately, there's nothing else in here. But as for the final bit, talking about minor features, I don't really know what features those could be. I mean, the screen filters, for a starter, that's something they could potentially port over. But beyond that, my mind is a bit blank. I don't really know what else they're talking about there. There's probably things that I can't think of at the top of my head. If there is, please feel free to leave some stuff in the comments section below. But please, I don't think it's worth getting confused with DLC content here. When they say minor features, they're calling it features rather than actual content. So I don't think he means weapon packs or character packs or anything like that. That's a different story, and those have a lot less issues being ported over compared to actual features. So there'll be new content alongside all this stuff. It's just a matter of waiting and, you know, finding out what's going to be ported over when it gets ported over, basically. And then finally, the very last paragraph is just saying they're going to address a few problems with the latest update. And I think we all know what the one is that needs addressing. That's the Grim bug. Hopefully the Grim shotguns will get the patch they so desperately need and stop other people from crashing their games and having sound glitches just a result of other people using the Grims in the game. It's an absolute mess. It's really sad to see with one of the most powerful new weapons this game has seen in a long time, to have such a game-breaking bug, which I now know for sure works on Xbox One and PS4. Some people are reporting it working on Xbox, some people on PS4, and some neither for both. So for some of you, you're just really lucky and you don't experience it, but for me, it's really bad, really game-breaking, and I don't need to explain it because most of you have probably seen it on streams in the past. So hopefully we get that fixed very soon. There'll just be a patch, even if it's a tiny patch that gets it fixed and nothing else in terms of content. That'll be good. It'll be good to see that. But other than that, just fixing crashes, stopping the game from crashing as much. Any bug fixes would be really nice. I mean, a lot of people complain about the bag glitch where a bag is stuck on a client's back rather than the host, because it doesn't happen with the host. It's down to desync. But where a bag will be stuck on a player's back, they can't throw it, and the only way, they can get rid of it is to leave the game and join back. That is an issue that's bugged Payday 2, as far as I know, since it first launched on Xbox One and PS4 in 2015. I don't know if they'll ever fix that. They reckon they implemented some desync fixes, but I'm pretty sure they just copied those from the PC patch notes, because I ain't noticed many fixes on the console version. So whether that'll get addressed or not is another story. We'll have to see on that front. But other than that, there isn't really a lot else to talk about. As for I've said the minor features, I don't really know. If you have any ideas, leave them down below. And if there's any other bug fixes that you'd like to see for this update, please let me know with that as well. But other than that, thank you all very much for watching this video. I do hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, please consider giving it a thumbs up. I'm not too sure this is going to release on time. I know it's not really a very interesting thing to say on a video that will be live when you're watching it, but if it is late, I apologize, because this is really new information and I've had a busy day today trying to work this video out and get it sorted and finish it before the usual 7 PM deadline. So if it's late, I apologize, but regardless, I hope you guys found this information really useful and beneficial. Spread it around with any other console players you know, get the information out there, help people know. And if you are here finding out from another person and you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. It'd be very much appreciated. Now, I have got rid of my outro. I've talked about this a little bit on streams because YouTube's copyright has started pulling it for copyrighted music, so I figured it's better to now just have on screen, as you're seeing now, the links to the most recent video you guys might find interesting, and also a subscribe button. So feel free to click one of those as applicable, or both, up to you. Do what you like. It's a free country, but any support you can give me would be very much appreciated. But other than that, thank you guys very much for watching. Don't forget to send any Q&A questions if you have them. Other than that, like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take it easy.